There was a news story. I don't know who was carrying it. It was some TV station I was following. And they had, it must have been on Facebook, YouTube, something like that. I peruse different things. Anyways, what is it? Florence County. Yeah, that's what it was. It's Florence County, South Carolina. And the article made it sound like 100 pounds of marijuana was seized by officers today on 95, I think it was northbound. Florence County is really not that big to begin with. I've driven through there dozens of times. It's kind of uneventful. If you're going to Hilton Head, you're going to go through Florence County, either if you're coming from the north. Yeah. If you're coming from the south, I don't know. I think Florence is kind of in the middle of the state. So if you're heading north, you're going across state, you'll see it. Going south, you're going to catch it. It's really not that big. Not that eventful. I'm sure that drug bust was the most exciting thing they've had going on in 6 months to a year. I'm sure they had a Santa Claus parade in Christmas time, and that was big news too. Don't know. Anyways, 100 pounds. They make it sound like it's something huge. I'm looking at the picture, and they got this SUV. I think it's a sheriff's office. They got a bunch of plastic bags piled up on this hood of this vehicle. And it's probably, let's say 4 foot by 4 foot by maybe 2 foot, 3 foot tall. Okay, so whatever vehicle they had it in transporting it took up the bag. It took up the trunk. Let's say it was an SUV. They didn't say what kind of vehicle it was. Say in an SUV, it took up all the luggage room. Okay. It said some dude from California was heading north on 95 and got pulled over, and they had probable cause to search the vehicle. What was he doing to get pulled over for a traffic infringement? Well, speeding's the normal thing. If the dude's stupid enough to be driving down the road hauling that much junk, okay, and he's speeding, he gets a stupid award. I don't know. But anyways, they made it sound like a huge thing. It's not. They said it was worth $300,000. $300,000 for 100 pounds. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry. $300,000 ain't shit. It's a drop in the bucket. But they make it sound like, oh, we've done a good job. It's really not that big a deal. I'm sure it's big news in Florence County, South Carolina. Because they probably don't get a whole lot of interesting things going on there, but 95... being a huge traffic thorough-through for people shipping goods from Miami to New York. Yeah, I'm sure they get more than one bust a year. They should probably have several dozens. But this particular one made the news. Poor guy from California. I'm like, you know what? They're always doing traffic stops just to get revenue. That's all a speeding ticket is. They're not worried about traffic safety or people going too fast. Now, if you're going 100 and some mile an hour, they're not going to pull you over. By the time they pull out, you're gone. That would be traffic safety. They're pulling people over going 12 mile an hour over the speed limit. Okay, 5 to 10, whatever it is, they pull them over. Oh, you were speeding. So? All that is they're going to charge their $100, $200, $300, whatever it is they charge for a ticket there. Because they're looking to get revenue from the tourists. You got an out-of-state tag, which If the dude had a rental car, it's an out-of-state tag. And some of his private vehicle is probably an out-of-state tag because wherever he loaded his vehicle with probably wasn't in South Carolina. So he got it from either Georgia or Florida going up 95. He's from California. Ain't nobody gonna drive across I-10 all the way over to the East Coast, hit 95 to go north up the eastern seaboard. Oh. So, it's a safe bet this dude was coming from Florida. And, yeah. And he's probably going to either New York, Philadelphia, DC. What other major cities are off 95? I don't know, 95 goes all the way up towards Maine. So, pick your city. Anything with more than 1 million people in it. Pick your city. It's probably going somewhere like that. I doubt he's going to go to some local township or village with that much junk in the back of his car. You know, 100 pounds would last, what, 6 months in a small little burg. Maybe even a year or two. Because it's just not that common in small towns. Major cities, 100 pounds is going to last them maybe 2 days. A lot of people with recreational bad activities. They got bad habits. There's a lot of them out there. So yeah, they made this big to-do about 100 pounds. 100 pounds. Man, 100 pounds is like 4 or 5 big garbage bags, man. Big old black garbage bags gonna hold like 20 or 30 pounds. That's 2 or 3 of those. That's like 4 duffel bags. 5, 6 duffel bags. And the big ones are like 4 foot tall, about almost 2 foot round. Stuff a lot of stuff in there. They're not that heavy though. I mean, you ever pack that in there? 100 pounds. 100 pounds, they're thinking like they're saving the world. No, that's just big news for them. All because they're just generating revenue because they're trying to stop people and get them to pay tickets. Tickets. Why? The dude was speeding? He's got that much junk in the back of his car? But they don't say why he got pulled over. It says traffic infringement. Then they're like, reason to probable suspicion. I'm like, unless you could smell it in the car, why would you have probable suspicion to search the car? For just having... The dude driving must have been doing something stupid. It could have been a number of different things. Anyways, but yeah, reading the news story, it went on for like a page and a half. It's really not that big a deal. That kind of thing happens all the time, all over the place. But in Florence, South Carolina, the roads are now safer because someone is not transporting some across the state. Well, the other 200 cars went by that day that didn't get pulled over. They still made it to wherever they're going. Albeit one of those cities up north. There are a lot of cities off I-95. Anyways. What other weird... Oh, here comes the rest of the paving crew. Maybe next time. We'll see what the news has for us. Just weird stories in general. Can't wait to see that one.